Speaking of NIL and somebody who has been taking advantage of NIL since she has been on the scene, low key, there has been a lot of outrage around the salaries of WNBA players. And whenever Caitlin Clark got picked number one, congratulations to you, young lady, to the Indiana Fever.
Well deserved.
100% well deserved. And they saw that she was only making, if I'm saying this correctly, 340,000 over the next 4 years or something like that.
Yeah, her contract. Yep.
So
first year is 72 or 73 million. Next year is
358,056 over 4 years. 76 in the first, 78, 85, and then 97. Yeah. And the reason that there's an outrage is because there are people who can't understand why somebody like a Victor Wembanyama can get $12 million in his first year in the NBA. And there's a outrage in America about the gender pay gap. D-Lo. Mm-hmm. My initial question was, are these people dumb? Like, are they stupid? Like, why do they not understand the reason why Caitlin Clark, who is an amazing basketball player, is going to transcend what the WNBA needs to be able to get those larger contracts because of the media presence that she does have and how she plays the game and the eyes and the views and the clicks that she's bringing to the WNBA from college. Why do people not understand why she's not getting a $12 million first year contract? Why are they dumb, D-Lo? Like, what's the real outrage here, D-Lo? What's the real outrage, bro?
I don't think they're dumb. I think they're using this as a springboard to get back to the root of issues outside of women's sports and basketball in general. And you said it, is the gender pay gap. And so I watched a segment from Good Morning America where they touched on this. And for women, this is like picking at wounds. Mm-hmm. You know, you see a player with the notoriety, with the status of a Caitlin Clark, mm-hmm. who is very celebrated across the spectrum, men, women, black, white, whatever the case may be. She's celebrated. Number one pick, WNBA. You already see the trajectory of the league and where the attendance and whatnot is going to be as she comes into the league, where teams have already said that they're going to move to bigger arenas when she comes to play with the Fever this coming up year. You see what's happening. And so for women to see those statistics, see the type of contract that she got compared as a number one pick compared to somebody like a Victor Wembanyama, they want to say, oh, it's, cry wolf. Well, not cry wolf, but they want to say it's not fair. And so, everything's political these days. It's a lot of stuff that I hate about the times that we're in, but everything is political. So a lot of times, you have these individuals that have an agenda. They take nothing that has anything to do with nothing and use it as a springboard mm-hmm. to get back to their agenda and talk about their topics. And this is just one of those. Feminists are using this as a way to say, look at this. This is a prime example of why, we need to close the wage gaps for gender in America, because this is not fair. If somebody like a Caitlin Clark can only make $70,000 in her first year of her contract, where Victor Wembanyama can make $12 million, the difference is astronomical, and that's the real issue.
I can understand that, because agreed, feminists are using this as a springboard to push different agendas. And they're making it seem, especially on the Today Show, The View. Oh my God! Like they're going crazy on those shows because those shows are feminist.
They're geared towards women.
They're geared towards women. There you go.
Yeah.
So, but they're talking about they're only talking about the gap, but not the reason why there is a gap.
Yeah.
Yes, it's crazy that Wembanyama is getting $12.1 million in his first year, his contract, and Caitlin Clark is getting $76,000. Yes, that sounds crazy. But do y'all understand why that is? Is because
I think they do.
I think, but it's being ignored though, and it's being ignored to push an agenda. The WNBA,
exactly.
The WNBA has been $10 to $12 million in debt for 26 since their inception. 10 to 12 million in debt that the NBA is subsidizing for you. The NBA is the reason why you can even pay these women $76,000 a year. Mm-hmm. The NBA is a multi-billion-dollar business every single year, while the NBA is in debt every single year.
WNBA.
Agreed. Yes, I might have said NBA. The WNBA is in debt every single year. You are looked at, and this is going to sound bad for me to say. I'm going to say it anyway because it needs to be said. You are a welfare league, bro. You're being subsidized by the government that is the NBA. So why are y'all so mad that these women are only making $76,000 a year whenever this money is literally given to you? You're not earning this money. Nobody is watching your league. You need more views on this league. You know who needs to watch? Since women are talking about the pay gap, y'all watch the damn sport then. Watch these women play basketball. That's the audience they need to attract. It's women. Women aren't watching the sport. Men, we watching. I watch. Men watch. The NBA is probably the biggest fan of this league that you can find out there. But y'all talking about the pay gap and revenue share? What fucking revenue? What revenue, bro? What are y'all talking about? It's crazy. And these women deserve to be paid more. But in order to be paid more, you got to make the money. Put people in the seats. Now, Caitlin Clark is doing that. Any other Fever has sold out tickets, and anywhere they're going, those tickets are sold out. The eyes on the WNBA is going up with this new class of women that's coming in. I agree. She's doing everything she can for this league. And she's it's going up. It's like the baby said, you want to go up? She taking it up. But this is the beginning of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop talking about this pay gap. Like, the WNBA isn't the reason why there's a gap. Like, I be wanting to say, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, damn, y'all. Yes, it's basketball. I like to watch it. There's a lot of men that like to watch it. There's a lot of people that like to watch it. I know women that like to watch the WNBA. They're former athletes, but there's not any of there's not a lot of women that watch this sport. And if y'all want this to change, y'all need to watch. Otherwise, shut the fuck up. Real talk.
Yeah.
Real talk.
No, I think you said it earlier, is the things are being ignored. And when you make your arguments for what you think needs to be changed or what you think needs to happen, you always want to highlight what goes in your favor and negate what doesn't. And so the middle part of the revenue that the WNBA is making, the lack of attendance, the lack of attention to it up until this point is the reason against why the women are being paid what they are. And just the comparison of the two, NBA and WNBA, is reason for the change that needs to happen. We've been on record saying that these women with their talent are very well deserving of being paid more.
Yes.
But because of the numbers that they bring in, that is tagged with the WNBA, the lack of numbers that they need to show that they should be paid more, and the sheer lack of revenue or non-revenue that they have at the end of the year, says that they need to be paid exactly what they make, or should they be paid at all. But you know, it is what it is. Like when we think about a superstar, we just think about the end result. We don't think about the sacrifice and the work that they actually did to get to where they are. It's the same thing with this case. We're thinking about, or the feminists and all those that are for them being paid more. We are, but we understand the middle part of it too.
Yeah.
We're looking at that end result. We're not looking at what it took or what it takes to get them to where they need to be. I mean, I wonder, would they be this outraged if they looked at Michael Jordan's rookie year contract compared to what Victor Wembanyama makes now? You know what I mean? I mean, he still made more than what the women are making, but I'm willing to say he only made like, I really don't know actually. I want to say it was like $1 million, $2 million maybe his rookie year contract.
And another question would be if this was flipped, if women were making $12 million a year and men were making $76,000 a year, would they care? Or would they just tell us to shut up and dribble? What would they say?
Yeah, I don't know.
You see what I'm saying? Like, and while D-Lo is doing that research, man, I agree. We, like D-Lo said, man, we agree that they should be paid more. It just
Michael Jordan signed a 7-year, $6.3 million contract his rookie year.
So that's a little bit more than $900,000 a year.
His average annual salary was $900,000 a year. Now compare that to what Victor Wembanyama.
More than 10 times that amount.
Yeah, so I mean, I say all that to say it's a process, man. And like you said, this is the genesis, or could be the genesis for the WNBA to go up, and for the players in the future to get the money that they want to get, or that similar money to what the NBA is getting. Victor Wembanyama signed a 4-year, $55.2 million contract. Now let's do that math.
What was it?
4-year, $55.2 million. I'm not literally saying let's do that math. I'm saying let's compare the apples or oranges.
Yeah.
Well, let's compare it with what Michael Jordan made back in '84 to what Victor Wembanyama makes now.
Yeah,
and then
$12
compare
million a year, $12 million in his first year to $900,000 in the first year. That's crazy.
Yeah, now you take that comparison to what.
But the reason for that is, D-Lo,
making now.
The reason for that, D-Lo,
Victor Wembanyama's
is because the NBA has built in '84 those contracts. Exactly. The NBA has built that. The WNBA has not. The NBA is profitable. The NBA it's a profitable league and it has been since inception. Mm-hmm. The WNBA is not a profitable league.
It hasn't been since inception, but they built it to this point.
Agreed. Yeah. The WNBA is not profitable and has not been since inception. So the NBA can afford to pay Victor Wembanyama $12 million a year because they're going to recoup that over the 6 months that they're playing this game. Well, more than that, because playoffs. So they start in late October and they go all the way until June. So they're playing for 9 months out of the year. They're playing basketball. The WNBA is playing for 4 months. They have a half of a season that the NBA has.
With less teams,
where you can't be as profitable. See, that's what I'm saying. Y'all, people who talk about this pay gap piss me off. Even you got President Biden talking about it's time to give our daughters the same opportunities as our sons and ensure women are paid what they deserve. Shut the fuck. I mean, the president needs to shut the fuck up, bro.
I understand what they're saying as far as that portion of it, right? Because really, again, it's always we use something that has nothing to do about nothing as a springboard politically to talk about what we really want to talk about. And so if we have somebody doing the exact same job, a male and a female doing the exact same job, and the man makes significantly more than a woman, I understand that. Women historically or on average make 82 cents to every dollar that a man makes. I understand that. Get that closer. Okay. Yeah. But what we fail to realize is that sports is a performance-based pay. And so being that, it's not just your individual performance, it's also every individual in the league, and then those that are in the past from that league as well. And so if the past product isn't going to do well, you could be God coming back to play in the WNBA or whatever league it is. If the past hasn't done well for you, then what you come into the league with is going to be what you get. Now,
I ain't gonna lie, D-Lo. God gonna move that needle, bro.
Well, yeah, he's going to move he will move the needle, but coming into league, nobody cares. You know what I mean?
True.
And that's God. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
what I'm saying.
That's facts.
And I'm not comparing Caitlin Clark to God, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like, it's all. You need to take all of this into consideration, not just the individual. And Caitlin, she's all right.
Yeah, she signed an
8-year or 7-year, $28 million contract with Nike. She has other endorsements with other companies.
Allstate, So many, she got so many endorsements, bro. Like, so like she gonna make her bread. She gonna be fine. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody talking about this but her because she don't care. Because she got money in the bank.
Exactly. She don't care because the people who are pushing this agenda are the only ones that give a fuck for real. So like, I've been trying to keep my cussing down. Pops, if you watch it, don't be mad at me. I'm so sorry. But this conversation, I know, but this conversation just makes me so mad because it's like y'all want it to be equal. We do too. We want them to make more money too. But y'all gotta stop skipping keep holding them back. Profit, bruh.
You missing the cream filling of the Oreo.
You know what I'm saying?
Pause. That's for you. Okay. All right. You just couldn't let it go, man. I mean, daggone. It was there.
I'm just glad you ain't say Twinkie. I'm just glad you ain't say Twinkie. But anyway.
Nah. The Oreo gives you the double stuff. The beginning and the end. Yeah, the beginning and the end, but you have to have the cream filling to have Oreo.
Yeah.
The middle.
Yeah. We talking about desserts and shit. Anyway, but yeah, man, like just give it up, man. Stop talking about the pay gap without the cream filling. Please stop doing that. Understand why these women are not making the same money that the NBA players are making, because you have to have profit to pay people more money. So either, if you're not going to talk about the whole situation, shut the fuck up. Period. And that's from Sticks, dog, of Too Complex. Shut the fuck up. If you're not going to talk about the whole thing, bro. Because it's annoying to hear y'all talk about this and y'all not giving the full story. And y'all the only ones talking about it. The women, they some of them are talking about it, but the players ain't even, because the players understand why they're not getting the bread that the NBA is getting. So why the fuck y'all so outraged if the players ain't even outraged? Just shut up.
Yeah, they've made their statements, but they understand they shouldn't be making the same as the NBA. They feel like they should be making more, but they understand that it's not going to be to the same extent as the NBA. So yeah, for all those on the outside looking in, I understand where you're coming from. I understand that you only are trying to get what you feel the women deserve, but let's not negate everything that has come before this point. Because Caitlin Clark is going to be okay. She's going to make the league better than what it is. Eventually, the women will. I mean, if we're really being honest, the average pay in the WNBA is $167,000 or something like that. But just as in the NBA, the rookies have a scale that they're on. Mm-hmm. And so this is what she's able to make. When she makes it to her fourth year and she's able to re-up her contract, her salary will be a lot more than what it is now. So y'all just chill.
Yeah, man, because hopefully within the NBA has been around for 78 years. The WNBA for 28. Hopefully by year 78, these girls will be making $12 million a year too. So give it some time, bro. Like, let the shit build up. Let the beat build, like Lil Wayne said, man. Oh, you still here? That must mean you love the content. And if that is the case, there's a video on the screen right here. Go ahead, click that, view that. You're going to love that one as well. And we're 9 away from the 600 subscriber goal. There's a button right there in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. And we on all your streaming platforms, wherever you find your podcast.